fry some bomb catfish.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining. So today I'm going to be making some fried catfish the way I've been doing it, so stay tuned. So you're going to want to start off with some freshly washed catfish. So I have my catfish in this big bowl. I have about 7 pieces. Make sure you start off with seasoning this. Make sure you add your eggs. So far I'm going to be adding 2 eggs because I do have 7 pieces, so we'll do 2 eggs. I'm gonna go in with some mustard. Don't want to do too much, but add just enough. And then the very best Louisiana seasoning, hot sauce. I love this hot sauce. Who does? Some people probably don't, to be honest. But you want to go in with that because you can never go wrong with Louisiana hot sauce, but don't put like too much, but definitely go in with it. And I also like to go in with some onion powder. So remember, there are 7 pieces in here. Depending on how many pieces you're making, you want to definitely add less. I'm just so used to seasoning that I don't really have to measure or anything like that. And then I'm going to be going in with some black pepper. This black pepper is pretty much done, so I'm just going to be using pretty much most of it. And this is what it should look like. I just realized I almost forgot the Old Bay seasoning. I guess I was moving too fast, but this will pretty much complete it. And then you're going to want to make sure you grab your gloves. I honestly can't mix this with my hands. I feel like it would just feel so weird. But yeah, you're going to make sure you stir this up so well and make sure you get it all coated in there. And so far it smells so good. I'm making this for my family. I did currently start my diet. I will be having some, but I'm gonna definitely cut the portions and the sides that I'll be eating with it. But you wanna make sure you get this consistency where it's like wet and it's slathered all over. You're gonna make your breading flour, and what I like to do is I like to add about half a cup of flour. Just regular plain old flour, and I go in with the seasoned fish fry seafood brand. There's so many different brands. I know it's just optional. It's up to you what you prefer and what you like, but I've been liking this one, and so does my family. So I used about, maybe a little too much, but I used about almost half of the bag. And then you're going to mix that up. Make sure you get the flour and the fish fry breading all mixed in there. Get it really evenly good. And once you've got that out the way, let's get to dipping. You're gonna make sure that you want something wide that you could spread your fish on. So now that I have the batter all mixed up, so far this is what it should look like. Let's start with dipping the fish in there. So I like to throw that bad boy in there, kind of shake it up. You can also use a bag. I don't have any Ziploc bags right now, so I'm using this, but I've been doing it this way for so long. But the best way to get it in there too is just shake it up. And I'm going in one by one, of course. I think that's just easier, but it's up to you how much longer you want to shake it up for, how much breading you want to add. Ooh, I gotta clean that off. Well, no, because it's the breading, but what you're gonna do is make sure it kind of looks like this. And lay a piece. You're gonna grab your next piece and just keep doing the same. Make sure you don't shake it as hard as I was shaking it. That's why it kind of was getting everywhere, but that's why I prefer the Ziploc bag, to be honest. But oh my God, so far it smells so good. I like to shake it for a while and just let it sit in there. I love it when it's like really breaded up. And what we'll be doing next is frying these bad boys. And the sides I'm gonna be making is sweet potatoes and greens. Whew, I'm finally on the last one. Like, this stuff is not hard to make, but you definitely want to prepare. Also, I did want to give a little advice. Make sure every fish you're grabbing, make sure you're kind of getting some of that batter that's kind of just wet in there. But yeah, this is the very, this is the very last one. And I'm gonna just shake that bad boy up. So what I like to do is kind of just put it over the sink, because like I said, it can kind of splash everywhere unless you have a Ziploc bag, which that keeps it from getting so messy and splashing everywhere. Either or works, to be honest. I feel like you could even probably use a plastic bag. But when I say this stuff smells so good, it smells so good. All right, so now we're gonna get to the frying part, okay? Make sure you throw in some vegetable oil in a pot that you can fry these bad boys in. Cook it on medium to high, boil it on medium to high heat, and let's get to it. So my toddler is trying to wake up her brother. He's literally only 2 months and a week. And I'm like trying my best to make this video before she wakes him up. But she literally likes to constantly try to wake him up. Like, please tell me if your guys' kids do that when you have a newborn. Cheers. We need that coffee to keep us up as mamas. So yeah, and make sure you're not like me. Make sure you have your oil boiling like at your last 2 pieces while you're dipping them in. So I literally started boiling it, but bear with me. So I like to boil it for about 3 to 4 minutes on both sides. Make sure that's how long you fry it for. And make sure you also have something like this to put it on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, so this is what my plate looks like. Well, I'm kind of whispering because my kids are asleep. I added a whole thing of avocados. I just did a half a piece of the fried fish and a cheddar biscuit. So yeah, I'm kind of just portioning things out. I am gonna be making a what is it called, cabbage soup detox soon, so stay tuned for that video. But 10 out of 10. Make sure you guys let me know if you've tried it, and also if you haven't, subscribe, comment, and like.